In the headlines, President Buhari kicks off oil drilling in northern Nigeria as Bauchi, Gombe residents demand jobs, clean environment. PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar promises to revive that Inkowa Dam, enhance trade in Gombe, presidential flag of campaign. Central Bank Monetary Policy Committee commences final meeting of 2022 as analysts predict increase interest rate. Away from Nigeria, Al-Shabaab gunman kills 3 Kenyan peacekeepers in Somalia. Hello and welcome to the news update on Trust Television. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. And now the details. President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday supervises oil drilling at the Kolomani River located between Bauchi and Gombe State. This is the first oil discovery of oil in the northeastern part of the country. Oil prospecting license OPL 809 and 810 Kolomani field are held by the new Nigerian development company NNDC, an investment company for 19 northern states in partnership with NNPC Limited. Community leaders and residents of Bauchi and Gombe states were excited with the epoch-making official drilling ceremony, saying that it will provide job opportunities for the teeming youths in the area. They described the development as a new dawn in their lives, but called on the president and other stakeholders to ensure their communities were not sidelined in terms of recruitment, decision-making, compensation, and other opportunities. All right, we'll bring you more update on this subsequently. Now, discovery of commercial quantity of oil excites residents of Bauchi saying it will mitigate economic setback in the northeast and Nigeria at large. President Muhammadu Buhari is built to supervise official oil drilling at Kolmani River, Gongola Trough, located between Bauchi and Gombe State. Adamu Imam has more.
President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to visit the site to supervise the level of commitment towards having an oil in commercial quantity in the northeast at the Kolmani River, where the exploration activities is ongoing. Both residents express optimism that the discovery will develop their region.
Issues of oil drilling is a welcome development to all of us, especially our teeming youth of Bauchi State and the Gombe State.
With this, Northeast will progress, will develop more than before. So a lot of youth that they don't have anything to do in their lifetime, so they will now have the opportunity to find themselves meaningful to the society.
Government should ensure that the host community and the exploration area is adequately compensated, because the land they would have used for agriculture has been taken away for oil exploration. I am very happy with this development and hope that residents will be carried along in the scheme of things. They, however, commended the Nigerian government for the effort, saying it is welcome development that needs to be celebrated at this crucial time of economic hardship.
If government can put everything in place and make it a reality, we want to believe that fuel crisis might not be there. I think, in fact, it's going to reduce drastically. At least the hardship may be less, because the production is there in the east and production is there in the north.
For us in the northeast to have this development, if such a development in northeast will be processing, we know our youth in the north, they will have jobs to do in various places for this development.
Experts say more oil could be discovered in most of the state in the north, since the oil was discovered in large quantity in Niger Republic, a neighboring country sharing border with the northern part of the country. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
Now, earlier we spoke to Hassan Ibrahim, Trust TV's Bauchi reporter, who is currently at that event for an update.
Well, I am right now in Barambu, the village where the event is taking place, and all is now set for the takeoff of the event. And already there are some security is beefed up around because there are choppers coming down. One has come down, and I think it is present that is about to land in the area. And people are happy, communities in the areas are happy, have surrounded the area to watch what is happening. The heavy security that is around the area, which has restricted majority of the neighboring communities that want to watch or to see the kickoff of the event. Although the communities who come from the neighboring communities there, who we have interviewed, have complained of insecurity. That is why I think why the area was beat up, because there are incidents of kidnapping and some killings here. There is insecurity in the area. If you can hear from the sound of the background, there's a chopper that's about to land at the airspace in the venue. We don't know where it is the president or what our officials.
And now, away from that to political stories, presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, has promised to enhance trade and commerce in Gombe State if elected president in the 2023 election. The presidential candidate made the promise during the flag-off of the PDP presidential campaign in Gombe State on Monday. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
The former vice president was received by a crowd of supporters and PDP stalwarts in Gombe State, including former Governor Ibrahim Dankombo, the PDP governorship candidate Muhammad Jibrin Barde, and governorship aspirants of the party. Addressing supporters at the Pantami Stadium, the Wazirin Adamawa said his party, PDP, will launch massive infrastructure projects to transform Gombe State.
All the roads linking Gombe with Adamawa, with Borno, with Bauchi, with Yobe, all these roads are reconstructed for the purposes of enhancing trade and commerce. Many of you, or most of you, were not born when the late Prime Minister Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was in office. You now have another opportunity to produce another Abubakar Tafawa Balewa in me.
PDP National Chairman Yocha Ayu said the party will ensure food security and availability if elected into office.
I will want to assure you that when we win power, everything of hunger will be abolished. There will be no more insecurity. You will see prosperity. The young people will have jobs. Everything will come back to normal. PDP!
Earlier, former governor of Gombe, Ibrahim Hassan Dankombo, and the PDP governorship candidate, Muhammad Jibrin Barde, promised to work for the success of the party's candidates at all levels.
Gombe Pasache.
I want to assure them that Gombe is for Atiku and the PDP. Gombe people said I should tell him that they will vote for PDP. We would give you our vote in Gombe. PDP will return to power. Gombe State has been under the leadership of the PDP for 16 years before the ruling All Progressives Congress APC took the mantle of leadership in 2019. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
Elders of the Kwara State chapter of the APC said that the re-election of Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak for a second term will further ensure equity and fairness in the state's political zoning arrangement. Speaking with journalists in Ilorin, the APC leaders said that it is better for Governor Abdulrazak to complete his 2 terms as the state governor than to have a new person. The spokesman of the APC Elders, Ambassador Nuruddin Mohammed, said that the group have no alternative but to give their full and unreserved support for the governor's second term.
We elders, after an in-depth, thorough and honest and selfless assessment of the past 3.5 years of governance and administration of Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, have no alternative but to give our full, unalloyed and unreserved support for his second term. This is our unadulterated recommendation to the entire patriotic populace of Kwara State. On the issue of zoning arrangement, it would be better for Kwara Central Senatorial District to be allowed to have another shot at the gubernatorial seat through the incumbent governor, Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, who is from Central and who has just 4 more years to complete his constitutionally guaranteed 8-year tenure. Than for someone coming anew from the same senatorial district who will be looking for 8-year term. It is our belief that this arrangement will be of greatest benefit to the party, as it will go a long way to ensuring equity and fairness in the geopolitical allocation and sharing of our common patrimony.
Justice Donatus Okorowo of the Federal High Court Abuja has ordered the final forfeiture of 775 million naira and 3 properties linked to former Accountant General of the Federation, Jonah Otunla, and Colonel Bello Fadile, aide to ex-National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki. Spokesman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Wilson Owujaren, disclosed this in a statement on Monday, saying that the money and properties are a product of illicit activities of the duo. The properties are located at number 8 Ajayi Crowder Street, Asokoro, Abuja, a plot of land at plot 1960 Cadastral Zone, A05 Maitama District, FCT Abuja, a hotel which is under construction with generating set located at plot 621 Road, 37 Gwarimpa, FCT Abuja, and a twin 4-bedroom duplex with guard quarters located at plot 736 7th Avenue, Gwarimpa, FCT Abuja. According to the statement, EFCC counsel Christopher Michelia moved a motion for the final forfeiture of the assets in court on Monday. In granting the final forfeiture, Justice Okorowo said that the court was satisfied with the evidence before it and ordered the final forfeiture of the assets to the federal government of Nigeria. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has rearraigned a former governor of Kaduna State, Mukhtar Ramalan Yero, at a federal high court sitting in the state capital on 8-count amended charges bordering on money laundering and criminal conspiracy. Yero is being prosecuted alongside a former Minister of Power, Nuhu Waya, a former secretary to the Kaduna State government, Ishaq Hamza, and a former chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Kaduna State, Abubakar Gaya Haruna, for their alleged involvement in the receipt and disbursement of 700 million naira paid to them by a former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Hiziani Alison Maduke, to influence the outcome of the 2015 presidential election. They were rearraigned on Monday before Justice R.M. Aikawa of the Federal High Court in Kaduna, who took over the case from the former trial judge, Justice Muhammad Umar, who is on transfer to another jurisdiction. At the resumed sitting, the prosecution counsel, Nasiru Salele, told the court that the case was for rearrangement of the defendants and urged the court to ask them to take their pleas. Justice Umar granted bail to the defendants on the same terms earlier offered them. The court adjourned the case till 16th, 17th, and 18th January 2023 for trial. Gunmen suspected to be kidnappers have abducted Richard Omoseyin, a former aide to Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu. The victim was said to have been kidnapped at his residence in Igbekebo, the headquarters of the Eseodo local government area of the state, on Saturday. It was gathered that the gunmen, numbering about 6, came to the community on a speedboat and went to the house of the victim and whisked him away in the boat. According to a resident of the community, the gunmen arrived at the victim's house at about 2 a.m. on Saturday to kidnap him. The police public relations officer of Ondo State Police Command, SP Fumilayo Odunlami, confirmed the incident in a telephone chat. She disclosed that investigation had commenced on the incident, adding that a team of policemen had been drafted and are currently on the trail of the gunmen. Odunlami expressed hope that hoodlums will soon be apprehended and the victim rescued unhurt. River Galma, popularly known in Zaria as the River of Death, has claimed 8 lives of mostly children this year. Residents say that innocent people are drowned on an annual basis. The river, which runs through Zaria city from Shika to Kofargayan, is mostly feared by residents, especially during rainy season.
2 teenagers were drowned in the river last October while swimming. The young men Zakaria Aliyu Yahya and Yusuf Abdullahi met their death at the Kofargaladima axis of river on Monday, October 31st. 9 young girls died in 2019 when their canoe capsized while crossing the river at the Hayinsariki Fito river bank in Wuchichiri district of Zaria local government area. After the incident, 8 bodies were recovered at Kaku village and another corpse discovered the following day at Garurubuchi, about 5 kilometers away from the scene of the incident. An unspecified number of persons were also reported dead when they were drowned in the river immediately after the death of the 9 girls some few months later. Abdullahi Gobdi Ayu is a Sarkin Kogi who lives in river with his family in a built house for over 50 years. He explained that a number of people, mostly children, have drowned in the river in the past years. He said in this year alone, 7 people have died, and he was the one who recovered their bodies and handed them over to their families.
Oh, the number of deaths are many. They cannot be counted. You know, during dry seasons, like children often come here to play and die. Recently, someone came here and died, and his relatives searched and searched for him. I told them not to worry, because the corpse will surface after 2 days, and it will be seen, and so it happened.
Abdullahi, however, dismissed insinuation that the river has evil spirits that are also responsible for the frequent deaths, attributing drowning cases recorded annually to lack of swimming skills.
It is due to lack of swimming techniques and recklessness. On the side of the children, there are the 2 major reasons. The deaths include adult and even female.
Muhammad Mamman, a resident of Labadia Road in Tudunwada, Zaria, who lost 2 of his cousins in the river, said it is simply the will of God. Mamman, however, blamed the carelessness of the young children for the death in the river.
2 of my cousins were lost in the accident. The advice to parents is that they should just be warning their children not to be going near the river for either washing of their clothes or bathing or all that.
Also speaking, the ward head of Line Labadia and Makarfi Road, Tudunwada, Zaria, noted with dismay how young children were fond of going to the river, even when it is in its fullest capacity. He cautioned children against swimming in the river when it reaches its fullest capacity, calling on the local authorities to monitor the river channel during rainy season to save lives.
You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at how mobile phone users underutilize gadget. Details of this and more after the break.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
My name is Femi Adebayo. This holiday season, StarTimes is taking us to a better level. You can step up your family entertainment with the Star Times upgrade promo. You recharge 2 months on Nova Bouquet and get upgraded to Basic or Smart Bouquet. Recharge 2 months on Basic or Smart Bouquet, you get upgraded to Classic or Super Bouquet. And if you recharge 2 months on Classic or Super Bouquet, you get 10 days free on your subscription. This upgrade automatically qualifies you for a weekly draw to win 55-inch smart TV, PS systems, home appliances, and more. These prizes are proudly sponsored by Longreach, Wayon, and Amaz. This promo is from the 15th November to 15th January 2023. Times and conditions apply. On Star Times, every day is the best day ever. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Star Times. Entertain your family.
Welcome back. You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Here's a reminder of our top stories again. President Buhari kicks off oil drilling in northern Nigeria as Bauchi, Gombe residents demand jobs, clean environment. PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar promises to revive that Inkoa Dam, enhanced Strait in Gombe presidential flag-off campaign. Cell phones have become a necessity for many people throughout the world as it gives the ability to keep in touch with family, business associates, and access to emails, to mention just a few. Today's technically advanced cell phones are capable of not only receiving and placing phone calls, but can do more than most owners use it for. In this report, Noel Samson interviewed some Nigerians on whether they truly know the capacities of their phone reports.
Cell phones have actually been one of the primary drivers in productivity improvement. While others see them as gadgets to make or answer calls, the question here is, do people really know what their phones are capable of doing?
Some will just tell you they need an Android phone that will do WhatsApp, but they don't care to know what the phone is working or what's the capacity of the phone. Once he's doing WhatsApp and Facebook, they're good to go. But some will tell you, I need a 4 gig RAM phone, 64 GB.
Well, it depends on the individual. Some people like some ladies in the town, they just use phone for using phone's sake. They don't know the capacity of the phone. But some people, before they get phone, they will go and know what the phone can do, what they can use the phone to do online and other kind of stuff, softwares.
But some don't know. Some they just see there is a good camera, or they can, the kind of a social media things, and they do. But me, it's for work.
Some they buy phone because of passion. Some people, especially people that they hold iPhone, they see somebody hold iPhone, and the iPhone is cost. So some they even used to buy copy that they look like original one for passion only.
Some people don't know, but people that are using phone for memory's sake, they know about it, except those that are using phone for making call sake.
Yes, some of the people, they already know it before they come to buy it, but some of them doesn't know it until they buy the phone, they will know the capacity. Example, like me, I'm using Tecno Camera 11. I already know the capacity of the phone, I know my phone, I know the value of the phone. That is the reason I'm using the phone.
But me, I'm an environmentalist. I know what I want in phone. So I will have it at the back of my mind before I get to them.
Now only I call it the phone user. If you want to buy a phone that have a higher capacity, higher memory.
Mobile phones are used for a variety of purposes. They are the perfect way to stay connected with others and provide the user with a sense of security. They can be described as life made easy, as it can serve as a complete office, offering typing translation, PowerPoint services, and so on. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The Central Bank of Nigeria's Monetary Policy Committee on Monday commenced its final meeting of the year, where deliberations were expected to be centered on the task of curbing the rising cost of goods and services, as well as reducing currency in circulation. In the last 3 meetings, the CBN had adopted a hawkish monetary approach, raising the benchmark interest rate by a cumulative 400 basis points from 11.5% to 15.5%, which represents the highest in over 20 years. In the last MPC meeting, the CBN also raised the cash reserve requirement to a minimum of 32.5% in a bid to mop up liquidity. Meanwhile, despite the aggressive move by the CBN's MPC, Nigeria's inflation rate has remained unabated, hitting a fresh 17-year high of 21.09% in October 2022, with no sign of moderation. Away from Nigeria, a lone gunman attacked a military base in Somalia, killing at least 3 Kenyan peacekeepers. This attack was carried out by militants who oppose foreigners living in the Horn of Africa. Before being shot dead, the gunman wounded 5 additional soldiers with his indiscriminate rifle fire, according to a Kenyan military official who asked to remain anonymous because he was not yet authorized to speak about the incident. The attack happened at the Sarira Forward Operating Base in the southern Somalian district of Lower Juba, close to the Kenyan border. Through its media, Al-Shabaab acknowledged responsibility for the attack. And in sports news, host Akwa Ibom State has intensified preparations for the 13th biennial Nigeria Police Games. The games will feature more than 35,000 officers of the Nigeria Police Force and its allied service providers as it inaugurates Olympic standard swimming pool ahead of Wednesday's opening ceremony. State Police Commissioner Olatoye Durosimi described Akwa Ibom as a safe haven for the event and expressed satisfaction at the preparedness of the state to host the games while assuring of safety and security of visitors and citizens. And that's a wrap on the news update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thanks for watching.